Hello and welcome to Redfield Gaming. I am Speedcube and we are back with another Ghostship Chronicles playthrough. I'd started this, must have been back in January with the current build as it was then, and decided to end the run after we'd escaped the Thomas and Heckle. As of this morning, I think literally about 2 something in the morning, the developer of Mag Studios, Sean Williams, has released a brand new major content update for this, which apparently not only continues the story, but also adds more of that random narrative to the earlier portions of the game, which I'm speculating is the start of a free roaming experience for the Thomas and Heckle starship. And that would fit with the first 2 games, Aftermath and CDF as well. So I've decided I'm going to start this again from scratch, and we're going to go on a bit of an exploration type run through the ship this time. Last time I did speed. This time it's going to be about exploration. I'm going to try and look into every nook and cranny and see what we can find, and try and see what's new this time. All right, so let's kick it off.
Malenko, what is the state of the Heckle and Thomas?
It looks like... Hang on. Power is out. It looks like she's running on auxiliary. Doors, gravity, and environmental. They are all still operational.
Let's get this done. We have to get to Hangar 1.
Roger that.
Move it. We are not paid by the hour. Let's get moving. Cabello, you take point.
Okay, so I've always turned this game's kind of effects and music right down. It always comes across really loud in stream, but I just realised it seemed extra quiet during the introduction sequence there. So let's just have a look at some of these. Right, so that's all the same. That is all the same. Okay. So that's new. The press F to pick up. Previously it was just a hand symbol. That's been replaced. And also the inventory system now stacks. Everything now stacks. And the description here also comes up instantly without having to click on an additional button. We still never did find out what the credits are for. Maybe we will this time. So some things you pick up automatically. It looks like additional ammo clips all seem to be instantly picked up. Things like health and items that you can use to repair parts of vehicles later on, or the outpost when we land on the planet. Stuff like that appears to require you to actually confirm on screen. So again, why is this kind of game on my channel? You're probably wondering why. It looks like a first-person shooter, and for the most part it can play like a first-person shooter, and this is primarily a channel about survival horror. The earlier games in the trilogy, which come later after this game in the chronology, are survival horror games with first-person shooter elements of it. This one is definitely I'm full. I just realised I was full. My inventory is full. This one's definitely a crossover with FPS, but it still retains that survival horror element. You've got inventory, which is limited. You pick up files in the game that you can read, and we'll look at those in a minute. There are kind of key objectives that you'd expect from survival horror, you know, restoring power, the back and forth elements of it, and of course the dark corridors, the undead, like the zombies and stuff like that. That's still in this game, but yeah, this is by far the most accessible of the trilogy. And I think what's happened is that Sean has listened to feedback, and I'll just explore that a bit more in a second. So, to anyone that reads this datafall, don't go in the main access corridor. There are too many infected in there. A laser rifle just doesn't cut it. You need a ballistic weapon to blow those heads off. And I can't even read this now because of the torchlight on there, unless there's still something wearing a mask. Yeah, so I can't actually read all of that because of the light. I probably won't bother picking up all the files, to be honest. So yeah, going back to the point about feedback. This is a difficult one. There are a lot of what I would say clearly unfair negative reviews about this entire trilogy so far. And if you look back about what's been delivered, this is a one-man developer who has delivered a trilogy of games, the first two of which are pretty much entirely open world, aboard an enormous starship with a random narrative, quests, voice acting, an excellent soundtrack, and so on. And there are the odd glitch here and there, the odd bug. I mean, how many indie games don't have them, right? But it's also incredibly challenging. You are not given much of a handhold whatsoever. And you kind of have to learn your way around the ship. There's no in-game map, any of those kind of things whatsoever, right? These days, a lot of modern games literally spoon-feed you how to play. They're very linear, and they're very forgiving to begin with. Difficulty curves can ramp up, but the Ghostship trilogy has a difficulty curve off the chart, to be honest. It's challenging even on easy mode. You can die, you know, just from coming around a corner and running to some bugs you just weren't expecting to be there. And some of the reviews and comments I've seen on the forums around older gamers seem to be the ones leaving more positive, favourable reviews and giving the positive feedback. So, as the games, more and more Ghostship games have been released, they've got more and more forgiving, this one being very accessible, and pretty much I thought this was almost too easy. So I wonder if that is just simply listening to feedback about how modern gameplay should be, more forgiving. Which is why at the moment CDF Ghostship is probably my favourite, because it's got that wonderful balance, I think, between the two. What do we got here? We have a shotgun. I think I'll stick to the assault rifle for now.
There's more of them.
Behind us. Nope, here they are. So with zombies, you've got to get headshots. Wonder what they were shooting at there. Because, for example, in this one, when you reload, you just top up your ammo, whereas in the previous games, you actually eject the clips. So you'd waste whatever was left in the clip, forcing you to think quite tactically about whether you need to, whether it's the right time, whether you can afford to lose that ammo. So I'm just exploring all the side corridors as well. Inventory upgrade, that's what we want. Many of those as possible. Door locked. So yeah, I am exploring as well because I want to see what's been added in terms of both random narrative, so random events, storyline, and also the start of the free roaming, which is implied. I'm not going to say that that's been guaranteed, but Sean has talked about opening up other areas of the ship as well, which is fantastic news if you're a fan of the trilogy. My point earlier about older gamers and stuff, I just want to be really clear that, you know, younger gamers, I'm not saying younger gamers are, you know, want easier games, or younger gamers don't appreciate a challenge. I'm not saying any of those things, but I think, and this is, you could debate this till the cows come home, but I think this is, I'm 40 years old, and when I was first got into gaming, don't shoot the eggs. There is an achievement for shooting all the eggs at this point. They hatch later, so you've got to make up your mind now whether you want to do them or not. I'll try not to, and I'm hoping my squad won't either. But yeah, when I first started getting into gaming, you didn't have YouTube walkthroughs. You didn't have I didn't even have the internet when I first started gaming. A lot of it was kind of, you had to work it out yourself, or, you know, at the very least, you had to ask your mates how they got past certain encounters and stuff. Whereas nowadays, you've got every solution to every puzzle at your fingertips online.
Watch your fire.
And maybe that's just part of the whole busy lifestyle on-demand culture that we have now with everything. You know, we as consumers, we just expect everything to be handed to us. I think I've got full everything at the moment. I don't even think I've taken any damage yet. So I've got some key cards, which will get us into some storerooms in a bit. I'm pretty sure just running into them as well will open them. But I'm not gonna chance it. Let's check every side corridor. Pretty sure that's the way we go anyway. One of these tunnels on the right, we go off that way anyway, I think. I think we're about to have another zombie encounter.
Here they come.
Stay still.
And ammo is so plentiful on this, hence that FPS crossover. If it was, you know, true survival horror, you would be guarding your ammo. You would be making the decisions about what to fight and what to run away from. You don't have that in this. But I think I've already fed back to Sean that whilst the experience itself is fine, it would be great to have higher difficulty levels, which force you to play in a more conservative manner, so you kind of have to make those trade-offs between what you fight and what you don't.
Stay frosty.
Stay together.
So I think that's where we go now, down there into Zone 4. I don't think we can go through here to thruster access, but it's open now. Should be interesting if we can go this way. Yeah, because our proceed to Zone 4 is our objective, but can we go ahead? No. So far, things seem to be familiar. The squad seem to be doing a better job of sticking close by this time. I remember my last playthrough I was having to backtrack pretty much down entire corridors to go and retrieve them.
Well, that is something you don't see every day. Can someone tell me what the fuck that is?
It has 3 heads, man. What the?
Let's get to that reactor.
I don't know if that's new either. That might have been there before, I don't know. But in the previous games, the only maps you ever had were the ones that you saw on the ship walls. So I'm just going to explore every corner. What have we got now? A laser rifle. Not a fan. The assault rifle is one of the best weapons I've come across in the early game because it has limited recoil as well, which is good, and a good rate of fire. Laser weapons, maybe it's just from...
You hear that?
Oops, not getting hit. Wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention there. My bad. Yeah, laser weapons in previous games. They come in different grades, but the lower level ones are pretty useless. The benefit is they light up the area when you fire them, although we've got a perma flashlight on this. And they're also self-recharging. Whereas trade-off being they're not that strong, at least in my opinion anyway. The plasma weapons, which are your ballistic weapons like this one, much stronger. But of course you've got to find the ammo for it as well. What's that? Okay, minigun pack. Yeah, we don't get the minigun till much later. See, these you can use key cards for these, so I'll take that because I got hit. But yeah, you're just drowning in ammo, which is why I would love harder difficulty. I could put a handicap on myself and say I won't pick it up, but the problem is it's there, and if it's there, well, you're gonna pick it up, aren't you? Anything good in there? Nope. That's the problem. I've just so much stuff. Look at all that. See, oxygen tank highly explode. Ah, so you can drop that and then shoot it as a bomb. That's good. N102 tank. Sounds like some sort of fuel, but again, not really much of a description there, so we don't know. Fusion battery. Long-lasting clean energy, again, don't know yet, but this is kind of good because it doesn't handhold you, so we'll find out, I'm sure, later on what that does. Just keep getting those inventory upgrades. That's what we love. That was it down there, wasn't it? So let's go back this way. Around this corner, not this one, this one. We'll get ambushed again in a minute. But I think we have to get further down the corridor. Let's just check this door. Whilst you can see here that the quality of the visuals has improved massively.
I can hear something.
Here we go, any second now.
Positions.
Come and get it.
I don't like the colour scheme of this ship, and that's just my own preference. I find orange and grey just a horrible combination. Whereas what I like about CDF Goliath is you've got quite a good mix. Yes, most part of it is you kind of sort of spaceship metallic grey, but it's got a lot of energy drinks. It's got a lot of different colours to it as well. Like if you go to personnel, there's a lot of blues, engineering, there's greens, etc. Back to that one, and that's good. So yeah, I am exploring everywhere just to try and see. I've said before I never found the flamethrower in previous playthroughs. I wonder if these are working. I only found out literally yesterday when I was playing CDF Ghostship that the elevators actually work. I thought they were all powered down, so I had no idea I could actually use it to get around around the ship, or at least in engineering they were working. Yeah, it'd be great if you can get through some of these. Energy drink. I think energy drinks are just health, but there is an achievement for completing the game with, I think, 8 in your inventory, or completing the original release of the game. Technically this game should be in early access because it's still being developed, still being added to and built, and the final story experience is not actually live yet, even though the game is considered, in Sean's eyes, released, which is fair enough. You know, I've got no problem with a game being what it is and then being added to later on. That's kind of fine in my eyes, but the game, as I left it, did abruptly end. Oh, that's possibly a bug, I think. Well, no, actually it looks like a file, but I can't take it. Oh, there we go. I had to fly to get there. 3 credit stashes in the thruster control airlock. There we go. No, not a bug. So here we go. Let's turn on the power.
Powering up.
Power's online. We need to activate ASME. We can do that remotely.
Roger that.
With one fusion core active, we should be able to remotely start up the ship's AI system. Head to the target location.
ASME seems to be the artificial intelligence used in most starships in this universe. She is... I say she has a female voice, so I'm assuming it's a she. Who knows with computers anyway. Very fickle. In the previous 2 games, she can either be on your side, but she can also manipulate you as well into doing what she... Whoa. Don't remember getting ambushed down here. in earlier versions of this game, your teammates' health would drop very rapidly, and it was quite easy for them to die. That's been... I just use a key card to get in here. There's nothing in it. Absolutely empty. That's been patched several times now, and it's almost impossible for them to actually die.
Stay together.
So we will get attacked around this corner. And then up here on the right we should find our first three-headed guy.
What the hell is that?
So I took a hit there. I probably could have used a shotgun actually, to be honest.
Look, we need to get Asmi online. Activate that console over there.
What's happening, Malenko?
What? No way. It looks like the interface has been disconnected. We can't activate the ship's AI from here. We will have to get to the command module and activate it manually.
Let's move out.
It's towards the middle of the ship. We have some ground to cover.
We're proceeding to the next area.
We're heading for the main access corridor.
So this is where, you know, sort of some of the more traditional survival horror elements are in play. Nothing works.
Get it off me!
Crawlers are so fast. How are we all doing for health? They're all fine. Yeah, you can recharge their health by dropping health packs and they walk over them. Excuse me for clearing my throat there, I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment. One, two, who am I missing? Is that Krillian? Come on, let's get going, guys.
Compartment is now pressurizing. Please stand by. Compartment is now pressurized.
Let's get moving. Cabela, take point.
So we start with the assault rifle that I'm carrying now. So I don't know if this has been patched, but normally when you go through an airlock or a pressurizing chamber, whatever you call those things, I'm just reloading, sorry, it changes your weapon. Lob a grenade. Grenades no longer harm your teammates. That would have previously killed them. I've got to be careful because he's actually taking some damage.
What the hell? Looks like one
Looks like
Get Okay, these are newer enemies. I've never seen these things before.
How many of them are there?
So you need a health kit, which I think I have loads. I've got 11.
Keep on mission. Stay alert.
Come and get it.
There you go.
All right? Keep it tight. Something's not right here.
Yeah, it's probably my
I prefer this place.
saying how easy things are, so we're going to use these. Is that assault rifle? I assume that's my assault rifle. Yeah, there we go. Give myself some more ammo. And just trying to check my objectives. Main access corridor. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't played this since my last playthrough on my channel, so not 100% familiar where everything is. But you can see now all the eggs have hatched, which is going to mean trouble for us later on. Sometimes these guys can keep pace with you, but especially in the main access corridor, they can really slow down. What I'm not going to do is keep checking all these corridors that I've checked before, because this could be that could make for a very boring experience. But what I don't know is if, as you progress further in the game, doors that you couldn't interact with, I don't know whether they suddenly become... I'm talking about optional paths here, whether you can suddenly start going down them or anything. The main paths will always be determined by whatever quest you're on, or objective.
Compartment is now pressurized.
Keep on mission.
There's stuff coming now. Get out of the way.
Stay still.
Stay still, yeah, I agree. Somehow don't think they're going to listen though. There's quite a few different zombie designs, which I like. What was it F to pick up? There was something there, was it? No.
What the hell is that? Open fire!
Much easier to hit than previous games. Previous games, they are insanely fast. When they're within a certain range, they'll jump at you and knock you back. And sometimes they seem to just sort of almost stay on your hitbox, so you can't actually even target the buggers. Where's my team? Are they still in the airlock? Come on, you guys. Right, this way, please. Still twitching. So I've still not uncovered enough lore about how these insects have infected the ship and turned the crew into zombies. We've obviously picked them up from Icarus 4, or was it 3? I can't remember. Because you could pick up all the medical logs and stuff like that, and the scientist logs
Defensive position. Stay frosty.
on the previous games, but where are they? Here they come. But they seem to be as puzzled as we are. There we go, someone's behind us as well. And your squad aren't just for decoration either. They do actually deal damage to the enemies, which is good. Because in some games, AI-controlled teammates can just be there for kind of effect, or they could tank an enemy but not actually damage it. But yeah, these guys actually deal damage, so it's good to try and keep them alive. If we leave the ship with at least one crew member with us, we will progress to the next part of the story, otherwise the game will end there. So what's this one doing? Going back and forth. Come on. Follow me, please. Good.
Compartment is now pressurized. Restart alcohol. Compartment is now pressurized.
Go, go, go.
A CDF Marine. How the hell did he get here?
A marine detachment should have been in stasis. They would have had some supplies in storage.
Grab these supplies. Make them count.
So the battle rifle is a stronger weapon, but has a lot more kick than the assault rifle. So it's actually harder to target enemies, which is a shame. You'll see what I mean. It's jiggling all over the place. But at least we can see them.
Damn bugs.
Take that.
I'm already out on that one. It's a laser rifle. Should we try the laser rifle? Grade 3 laser rifle. It's not as bad as I thought. Except it doesn't have a scope. This is the grade 3 out of grade 5. I might actually drop the grade 1. But look, the yeah, rapidly charges. That's a lot faster than Ghostship and Aftermath. A lot faster. Yeah, I might try this one out for a bit longer. So what have we got? Oh yes, you can switch between third person and first person, which I think is awesome.
Alright, people, we have a job to do. Keep it tight.
So what have we got here? So it's laser rifle grade 1 or drop weapon. I can't. I have to unequip the backpack. Keep that, and we'll keep that. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that one. Why would I? I've got the grade 3.
We can cut through to command this way. Stay frosty. Let's press on. Carefully. And check those corners.
It's down here. Oh, don't go off down there. Come on, that's it. This way. Yeah, must get tired just crawling around the ship like that.
Pressurizing compartment.
So that little kind of, I don't know, the bug or not, still there. So it swapped me back to my assault rifle.
The command module.
I swear these are new.
Command. The ship's AI core is located in command and control.
But we'll keep with this for now, actually, because I think there's a whole bunch of zombies up ahead,
Stay frosty.
and this seems to be quite effective with them. Actually, there'll be a bug fight in a minute as well. Let's go for. Let's try it again. Can we go this way? I don't think I've been this way before. It's the airlock. Probably wouldn't want to go there. So I've still got 4 grenades. You can see that. Well, you might be behind my channel icon, but there's 4 grenades at the bottom right of my HUD. So let's go this way. We'll be ambushed from the right and straight ahead.
Hold up. I can hear something.
Take them out at a distance. Don't let them get close.
Oh no! What happened? What happened? I saw massive explosions up ahead. Right, I eat my words. This game's not as easy as I remember, but that's never happened before. Maybe they just added more physics, mechanics, or whatever you want to call it. I didn't even see what happened. Possibly detonated part of the environment. So when a team member dies like that, so we will come back here in a minute, I think. Yeah, we come back there in a bit. It limits the potential, not only the conversation, but apparently some of the kind of side quests, if there are any. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Interesting. But as long as we have 1 left, we will be fine.
Area is now secure.
Come and get it.
certainly got harder than I remember. That's good. Right, SMG, that's good. Right, here's Asmi.
Activate that console. She should be
We need to
online in
activate
2
Asmi.
minutes.
What's happening, Mr. Valenko?
Working on it now. It looks like. Hang on. Asmi online, I think.
Asmi online.
System activated.
Ask me online. Great work, guys. Ask me, we are a CDF Marine detachment sent to investigate what happened here. We need to access the ship's logs.
Due to CDF security access protocols, please provide access override code.
Access override Alpha Bravo, Sulu 2.
Request accepted. Error. Server disconnected. The server which contains the ship and crew logs is not currently connected. Please proceed to the server room and try restarting server 22 manually.
Alright.
Grab the logs for the main server.
So far nothing really different
Ask
other
me,
than
what is the
potentially
state of the times?
The ship is
slightly
currently
different
on
monster
the
placements, but I was able to kind of predict where some of them would be. But I think some of the ambushes from behind were new. And also I have no idea what happened to Lannings. So I can't seem to interact with her any other way at the moment. That's Asmi. So we're on our own at the moment. The rest of the guys will stay in HQ. While we go back to the server, which is just a short hop away. But I'm just going to explore a couple of these side rooms. I'm really hoping this will... Hoping? I just made up a word. I'm really hoping this is going to become as free roaming as the previous two games. That would just absolutely make this amazing. So server room is down here, where there's usually something nasty. Sounds like one of the heavies. Here we go. Fantastic looking things. If they are supposed to be this game's version of... I don't know what they're even called, to be honest. In CDF Ghostship, they charge down the corridors at ridiculous speeds and they've got insane range. I wonder if that's the same creature. When they hit like a truck.
Please stand by. Server 22 is now operational. Error. Server disconnected. The server which contains the ship and crew logs is not currently connected.
And what we yet don't seem to know but I am skipping the detail in the files, is why ASME or that server, the server that we happen to need, is not currently available. You know, what's going on? Is this a conspiracy? Is this an inside job kind of thing? So it'd be great if that's kind of like there's a big twist or a big reveal, because this is the final. Sean has said this is the final game he's making of the Ghost Ship series, which is a shame. Oh, we can't use any of these for now, so I'll go straight back to the command. But I'd love if it all tied into the story in CDF Ghost Ship. Or maybe even at the end of this game, we end back up on the Goliath. That would be great. Because I don't know what the relationship is between this game and the other two.
Ask me, we need some more ammunition and supplies. Are there any on board?
You will need better weapons, more ammunition and supplies if you are to survive. A Marine detachment is located in Stasis. As they will not be needing their weapons and supplies any longer, it would be a good idea to make use of them for your own survival. Proceed to the Stasis module and locate the dead Marines and the detachment's stasis chamber.
Let's move out.
So now we need to get back to...
There is some weird shit going on here.
Oh, where all those lockers were that I said were empty a minute ago, or that I can't use them. It's just this way, isn't it?
This ship has gone to hell. Literally. I say we bail.
Keep on
I
mission.
think this is where we pick up the minigun, which is always good. Okay, everything is still... I did this last time. I keep thinking this is Stasis. It's not Stasis. Stasis is back away yet. I think some of the ship looks quite familiar. I don't know if it's obviously reused assets. Why wouldn't there be? But server room. I did think
Incoming. Defensive positions.
I knew my way around, but this weapon has fantastic stun lock.
Area is clear. Stand by.
Looks clear. For now.
Let's press on.
Compartment is now pressurized.
Cabello, here! Have these supplies.
Ah, the advanced shotgun. One of the best weapons of the game, and acts as a sniper rifle when we're on the planet. So I'm going to put my combat shotgun into backpack. We don't need that anymore. And is there any... I didn't pick up the pistol at the beginning either. Not that I'm going to be needing that. Let's do the SMG again.
hear that? Defensive position. Come and get it. Stay still.
I'm out. I'm going to have to... I'll show you what I mean by this advanced shotgun. There you go. It's like a sniper rifle. We'll hang on to that for now. Just use the assault rifle.
Proceed to the Stasis module and locate the dead Marines.
Keep it tight. Keep it frosty. Alright, people, we have a job to do. Keep it tight. Keep it frosty.
All the classic Buzz lines, isn't it? Keep it frosty, keep it tight. Look at this. Just look, there's a file there. What's that say? Leaving supplies. Inventory upgrades, always good.
Pressurizing component.
Energy shields are interesting. I only use them once and never again. They sort of create a bubble around you, a bit like those kind of
The stasis
destroyer droid things from Phantom Menace or whatever, like a bubble. And I thought, great, I'll put one of those around me and I'll just lob a
Access of hangar 1 docking clams.
grenade, and it just bounced around the bubble and blew me up.
Ask me repeat.
Alert. Unauthorized access of hangar 1 docking clams.
What the fuck do we do now?
So that's the pirates. The pirates have
Hangar
Have
1 docking clams have been released.
arrived,
Launch procedure
so we don't want
initiated.
that.
Repeat. Launch
So we've got
procedure
G3, so we
initiated.
don't want G2. That can go into backpack. Is there something I could pick up there? Oh, that's stim.
Hangar 1 docking clams.
That was poorly planned. I'm pretty sure they dropped down out the ceiling there as well in a minute. Like that.
Move. Reloading.
Oh, she's coming. I think it's a she. Well, that might be Krillian actually. Chop, chop, chop. I don't know whether sometimes they need to see you to carry on. There we go. So there's the stasis rooms just ahead. So let's go and check out. Here we go. Bad time to reload. Because Golem there will cover the ground far too quickly. Yikes. Where the hell is that? It's just sort of a position. Just where there's like endless spawn. Because we just need to get going. Was this here last time? I don't remember. This feels new. I don't remember because we're a bit off the beaten track at the moment. For some reason I can't reload. Nope, can't pick that right. So what's down here? Dead end. What's through here? Can't climb ladders now. Just thought I'd check. See, why build all these side tunnels if they're not going to be used? This door online. How do I open it? That's not creepy. So I think I'm backing up against a wall. Yeah, so it's obviously one of the reasons I think why I believe this will be kind of more of a free roaming game when it's eventually completed. It's places like this. We're really far off the beaten track here. Yes, there's a few pickups and stuff, but it's not on the way to any objective. So another reason why I'm not using any stims at the moment. Stims increase your run speed. Stim pack. No, not stims. Steroids? Something increases your run speed. Oh, maybe it's just energy drinks. Is because of my squad will just stay where they are. I'll just lose them. Airlock. So we'll just head on over to Stasis now. Once we pick up a certain weapon, which I think is the minigun, we'll trigger the next chapter. Looks like there's a wall there, a tunnel. Yeah, it's a wall. Look at all this. All this blood. See, again, I don't even know if I've been down here or not. Sebastian. Why does that name seem familiar from this series? Flamethrower! I finally found it. Now where's my... Got the achievement, Little Fry. There you go. I feel... I'm happy now. Because I think that's one of the only weapons I'd not yet found. No, it was a way. It was a loop. Okay, that's what I thought the wall was. What I haven't tested though is how effective it actually is in combat. So let's raid these lockers. Yeah, to be honest, I want to save the flamethrower. Laser rifle G4. Right, we can get rid of the G3. That can go into backpack. Because later on when we are trying to power up the escape pods, there's quite a few narrow corridors. That might be when it's quite useful. Inventory full, and we'll try and find some inventory upgrades. That's that one. There's two of these rooms, and there's also a downstairs as well. What I'm really looking for though is the upgrades. There's got to be some in here. Credit stash. Credit stash. All full on that stuff. Yeah, so B in the next one. What weapon have I got now? That's the laser rifle, isn't it? Oh, I got to try this out. Yeah.
Search around.
So there it is. That's the minigun.
Pick up that weapon. It may come in handy. Pick up those supplies.
It's got a great sight. But... Or is it this one here? Might be that one, the advanced assault rifle. That's it. That triggers the new...
Ambush!
Because we're now going to get waves of enemies coming in here. I just want to try and pick up what I can quickly, but I know I'm full. Inventory upgrades. Is that an inventory upgrade? It looks like an inventory upgrade, unless it's proximity mine. Nope. We'll do a bit better inventory management in a bit. Get rid of all that kind of stuff we don't need. Sorry about the pause. I had to just go and get a drink. My throat's really quite sore. Probably shouldn't be doing too much talking. But I had to just try out the this update. I don't think yeah, the minigun doesn't have a torch. I think we have perma torch on this one. I was wrong.
I'm reloading.
I should keep an eye on their health actually. They're both okay. So I've not used any proximity mines yet. I simply haven't got around to testing them because although grenades don't harm your squad anymore, I don't know about proximity mines or just simply how effective they would actually be. Hoping these guys can hold their own for a minute. Alright, we've got everything we want. Flamethrower. Advanced shotgun. What? That was me, wasn't it? Oh, don't not you as well. Are you gonna go down too? Oh no. No. I thought friendly fire had been removed. It must have just been grenades. Oh, that is rubbish. Oh, there's your melee attack. Oh, right, I've learned a valuable lesson now. Okay, well, we won't be able to continue the story after we leave this ship. Which royally sucks. But at least I can, you know, feed back to Sean about this playthrough and the changes to the early portions of the game.
Compartment is now pressurizing.
To be honest, I prefer the solo element. You're not having to constantly worry about AI, three teammates who just seem to lag behind a bit.
Compartment is now pressurized.
So I'm now trying to think of when the flamethrower would actually be a valid choice, to be honest, in all the chaos. If they can walk into... yeah. It seems to me like it would be too easy to catch them out. Keeping an eye, because I haven't got a team anymore to tell me when there's another swarm coming. And you just just check they're not this way as well. Let's get to these boxes. Yeah, you just know from our objective at the moment, the transport is not going to be there. Wonder if I can go on through anyway.
Pressurizing compartment. Compartment is now pressurized.
I have to use a stim there. Without my teamies. Got to take out all the pirates myself. So when you use a stim, you get periodic health injections, which is why the screen is still flashing.
Compartment pressurizing. Compartment is now pressurized.
Well, I'm here, so it's off to the escape pods. It's kind of weird not having my crew with my squad with me now, because normally they would be kicking off about that, but it's still moving. It is what it is, as the saying goes. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I torched them. Let's have a look. I got some minigun packs earlier in the game. Those are minigun packs. We'll use those. Oh, armor repair kit. What was that for? When you require a quick fix. That's stim pack. Repair armor. You must have armor for it to be repaired. Well, I haven't got any armor at the moment, so that won't work.
Compartment is now pressurizing. Please stand by. Compartment is now pressurized.
There's my minigun gone. Coming from every which way. Damn it. Well, I've got my wish in terms of the difficulty curve. I do need to find some armor though.
Compartment pressurizing.
What the hell?
Compartment is now pressurized.
I'm out of health packs. Let's check for other energy. I've got those which can be used, and 14 energy drinks. Plenty of health. Alright, let's think about this. What do we want? Let's try. We've got the submachine gun, there we go. I don't like what I'm hearing. Yeah, this part's really messy because it's a lot of tight corridors and quick turns.
Currently in its startup mode. Alert.
So we can't use that one, we know that.
Missions. Rerouting. Please stand by.
So we have to
Emergency
find
protocol.
pod 12.
Zoom in. Restarting. Please stand by for start. Priority override has been locked down by crew member.
Jeez. This has been made a lot harder.
Escape pod malfunction. Restarting.
Oh, I just reloaded.
Estimated 5 minutes.
So we've got to hold them off for 5 minutes now. I wonder if they'll open that door. Can I now repair that armor? So armor repair kit, let's have a look what happens. Yep, straight out to 160. Perfect. I wonder what my rank means. I've just noticed that rank. Toolbox. Yeah. Interesting. Can I just wait in here? I've always gone and stood outside those doors, to be honest, because I didn't... Yeah, because normally they don't shut like this. Oh no, they're shutting again. Could be a very boring 4 minutes though. No, they do come in. Yeah, if they come in, that's not so boring. And I'm thinking boring for you watching this, not for me. I'm quite happy to sit here. If this was real life, you certainly wouldn't be complaining. I'll just wait in the pod for 5 minutes. If you've ever played games like Space Hulk board game or the sort of digital versions of it, there's Space Hulk has kind of spawn points on the edges of the map where the enemy aliens will come in, the gene stealers. This bit's similar in a way. It's kind of a little bit of a mini maze, this area, just outside here. And at each end's kind of ceiling spawn points where the enemies will just drop in. I'm a bit worried about how I'm going to go and get the batteries to power up this pod in a minute without a squad. It's a very powerful weapon, this. Just you get through the magazine very quickly though, which is why I tend to use the minigun in the main access corridor, just because of how many aliens there are. So one round will take out a zombie's head. Have I got any more? SMG, I can get rid of that. That can drop, or I should say destroy, not drops, don't need that. Shells. See, power drill, all this cool stuff implies there's way more to come in this game. I didn't mean to drop that, I meant to destroy it. Because the shotgun takes the advanced shotgun takes the advanced shotgun shells, so don't need those anymore. I do like the different scopes on these weapons. I think it adds a really nice touch. "30 seconds to go." Boom.
I have successfully restarted the pod's launch diagnostic procedure. Please stand by. Pod 12 is running on 2% power. You will need to find 12 fusion batteries to bring the pod back up to operational capacity. Proceed to maintenance in order to get the necessary supplies to launch Pod 12. The maintenance deck has an abundance of batteries and other supplies.
I forgot I actually had the advanced assault rifle. I think this is even more powerful than the submachine gun. I just got into a dead end, that was clever. Those stims. I don't like what I'm hearing. There's a spawn point down there. So let's just try and get out of here as quickly as we can.
Pressurizing compartment.
Should do an over-the-shoulder run through this at some point. Maybe next time.
Compartment is now pressurized.
So this is where I want to put the advanced shotgun on.
compartment is now pressurizing. Please stand calm.
See, I don't agree with that. I think once you're caught in the loading screen, you shouldn't be taking damage.
Compartment is now pressurized.
So that's where I want to try out the flamethrower. Here we go. Because this part is one of the hardest parts in the game. And the flamethrower will also help light up what is an incredibly dark area. I've picked up something. There we go. No, for some reason I lost my flame. Good. Run away. Yeah, I can't have you still hitting us when we're running around, or a little bit there. Can't have you still hitting us while we are flaming you. So you can see why I wanted to equip this, because it's such a dark area. I have to keep igniting for some reason every time I pick something up. Sounds like I'm loading ballistic magazine into this. Let's keep moving. I could actually pop an energy drink. Because I think we now move. Now move super speed. Like this. Can I go down here? Yes, I can. I don't actually know what's through here. Nothing. Now, once we get down these stairs here, generally the enemies won't follow us down. They kind of glitch on the stairs. I wonder if that's been patched. I kind of want to wait and see. Well, anyway, we'll find out when we come back this way. So I think there are some batteries in here. No, there's none. The batteries are all downstairs. Some in here. So I think now we're out of the dark area. I'm going to change to the minigun. If I can find it. Because it is an endless wave. If they're coming down those stairs there, I think Sean has probably patched it. Yeah, so just in case you missed the objective, we are trying to find 12 batteries, although it does actually say that on the left hand side of the screen. And they're actually in numerous places around this part of the ship. I think it has been patched because they're all following us down. Of which this is one of them. Let's use another energy drink. Look at us go. can't I pick that up? Have I got them all? 12 fusion batteries. Oh, and ration packs. Well, that's new. I swear it was just fusion battery 3. How does it say my inventory's full? Oh, alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Then shells, they can go. We never found the combat pistol, they can go. Pistol, they can go. There we go, that's what we want. How many have we got now? 10. There's a couple more back near the staircase up into the dark maze-like bit. I'll just go back that way. The posse's waiting. Bum. That's unusual. Quite funny. Definitely patched. I can't see anything. There we go, much better. I thought there were fusion batteries along here. Alright, not a problem. My inventory's full again. Can we just use some of this? Or we don't need the assault rifle magazines anymore, because we're using the advanced one. Assault rifle can move to backpack. Yeah, another one I've never found, the G5 rifle. Combat pistol magazines can go. Is there another room just along here before the stairs? In here. Did we check this one earlier? Oh, I need to look how many actual fusion batteries. I need 2 more. How have I missed them? I've never actually had this problem before. So I wonder. I'm just going to double back down here and check all this stuff. I think I'm picking up a bunch of normal shells there, aren't I? Probably should change to a better weapon. Better weapon for this portion of the game anyway. Oh, just reloaded. Yeah, let's repair the armor. That's insane. It takes you straight back up to full. It's pretty cool. I think it's a good animation. Adds more to that survival horror feel, I think. I've never quite liked the first person view for survival horror. Plus we get a better field of view as well, I think. So this is normally where they are. And then normally this room and in the next room. I hope this is just me being dumb and missing them, rather than no more in here, is there? Nope. Let's use an energy drink. Look at me go. Oh, the posse's back again. Alright, we're gonna have to try somewhere else. It's not gonna work, is it? What have I missed? Aha! Damn it. Oh, we've got to get back now. Down you go. Come on, down you go. It's a highly unreliable weapon, but good for seeing where we're going. Let's use that armor repair kit again. It's our last one. Hold on, let me just think a second. Just change weapon. That's it. I think it's this way. No, it's not. I got turned around. Through here. There it is.
Pressurizing compartment.
I think there's a creep straight through this door. So use a shotgun. No, these guys though, just as bad. Where's everything?
Compartment is now pressurizing.
There's no need to be conservative with ammo at this stage because we can't make it past the escape pod. We're going to get the bad ending for the game because I was piddling around with the flamethrower earlier. It's my own fault. There we go.
Pod 12 remote access authorized. Auto drop procedure now running. Please refrain from using the controls. The pod is now in automatic drop mode. Occurs for location X433, 667Y. C569001 has been selected as the prime landing site as this pod's drop cushion bay is no longer active. Prepare for a hard landing, Private Corbello. Pod impact in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brace for impact. Pod structural integrity at 29%. Private Corbello. Well done. And goodbye. I have deactivated the pod's comms matrix, so if you do figure out how to send a distress signal over the next couple of days, it will not get past me, I assure you. Enjoy the last few days of your life on this desolate planet and for all it's worth. As you humans say. What are friends for? Goodbye, Private Cabillo. If anything, you have kept me entertained over the last few hours.
There we are. So, yeah, I am pretty gutted that I stupidly incinerated two of my squad mates, and the other one I still don't know what happened. It looked like they kind of detonated part of the scenery. There was a ton of explosions. The next minute they were dead. I didn't really notice anything different about the game apart from maybe some enemy placement, and it's a little bit tougher. So I'm not sure how much of this random narrative is yet to kick in, but you know, it's still a good game. I just, at the moment as it stands, prefer the previous two games because of that open world, more survival horror element to it. But I wish I could have kept them alive just to carry on and test out the differences with the experience on the planet's surface, because you get to drive a buggy around and go to different kind of outposts to try and reactivate comms antennae, which is cool. And that's where the game previously ended, after you'd done a bit of that, rather than I think now they've I think Sean's added another 2 chapters. Did I read that? I may have completely misread that, but I think there's been some more content added on top of it, because it did abruptly cut off after you kind of got to a certain point in the game. Anyway, yeah, just want to test that one out. I'll put some more playthroughs on at some point, probably when there's another update. So thank you very much for watching if you got to this point, and until next time, please stay safe. Bye bye.